the button. There we go. Come on, YouTube. Let us go live. Oh, we're live. Okay. So, yeah. This week, Mark is back at home.
Yep. So, far away.
In the land of guns and honey, or whatever you call it.
Oh, weird. I'm looking at an ad on your live screen on my main computer here. But
yeah.
There I am. I'm looking off to the side like, huh?
So, you guys in chat, please tell us if you can hear Mark, okay? If there's any issues with the sound or picture or whatever. By the way, I'm drinking Samuel Smith Old Brewery Tadcaster, the famous Taddy Porter.
I'm drinking some kind of drink mix called Mia. It's some kind of caffeinated berry flavored whatever. So not as exciting as what you got.
Yeah, your sound is coming through my speakers. I'm not...
Oh yeah, let me
lower it a little bit on your computer.
I'll just turn it completely off on the computer. Yep, there we go.
Skål everyone in chat. So it's 7 p.m. in Sweden, so it's past way past beer o'clock, so yeah, time to drink.
I'm trying to set this up so I don't have to actually hold the phone. There we go.
Yeah, you have the typical internet phone call sound. Yeah, that's because we're on a link over the Atlantic. So yeah, there's gonna be some issues. Still, magic of the internet. I remember being a child and just dreaming of shit like this actually being able to do. This is Star Trek level of magic for me still.
Yeah, especially like I was talking to someone the other day about the freaking Apple Watch. It's like we had the before my time, Dick Tracy cartoons where he'd talk to people on his watch, and it's like, holy crap, you know. And then here we are. And, now it's real. Oh, bring back the Serbu Super Shorty.
You're never gonna hear the end of that. You know that, right?
People love that thing, and I hate it. It's just, I don't know. Someday, but it's just a loser from a business standpoint. I hate to say it.
Yeah, buy a 50 beam G instead. That's cooler.
Yeah.
If you live in the US, you can own that. It's gonna be a bit harder in Sweden. Technically, not on paper harder, but in practice, the police will not give you the license. I've tried.
By the way, usually I'm designing guns, but I wanted people to see on my screen here. I'm designing something really boring. This is a rotating fluid coupler. It's
is that for like a garden hose or something?
Kind of, sort of. It's but it's really boring and it's really annoying. But I have to do stuff like that sometimes. It's not all glory and fun and cool stuff, you know.
Yeah, just a reminder, Mark. No guns allowed on a live stream for YouTube. Yeah, gonna be super hard in your office. I know.
Gonna show a barrel?
I don't know. Don't get me a strike now.
Can I show you a piece of tubing that has these strange helical cuts in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, yeah. Hopefully that's not a gun, but it's hard in my office. It's hard not to look at a gun.
Seems like Edward is joining us.
Oh, Edwin. All right.
Yep.
Oh, Edwin. Sorry.
Hey,
Hello, Edwin.
What's going on?
We're talking about. I just asked Mark to please do not show any guns on my live stream because that's gonna give me strikes or bans or whatever.
Oh, he already started. He has a picture in the background.
Oh, pictures must be okay. That's not a picture. Isn't a real gun, right?
He's got one of the best ones. Is that M16? What is that?
It's yeah, it's Colt. Can we show a picture?
I hope so.
Yeah.
For now.
It's an exploded view. Yeah, it's really cool. It's from the 80s, I think. Yeah, just a parts breakdown of everything. But yeah, they probably wouldn't like that.
Hey, Mark, I had this poster. I was gonna mail it to you. It's huge. It's got some cool stuff on it.
Yeah. Well, why don't you mail me some beer too? It's been a while.
Yeah.
An entire week.
And also that Hellion, whatever, that bullpup, you can mail that here too.
Oh yeah. I'll show that during the live stream, so this whole thing gets terminated.
No, be nice.
Hey, we gotta somehow talk about the technical work we're doing for upcoming cylinder stuff, because remember we were just looking at those graphs of the energy of explosion versus TNT, because you're gonna probably get peer reviewed on your next one, being a doctor and this.
You know what I could do? I could just not cut the video. I could just show exactly a 360 of whatever I'm doing, and then just take the camera back.
Doesn't YouTube have 360 videos now? I think I saw that.
Right.
Yeah, just film it with a 360 camera.
No, meaning not a filming at 360. Meaning I'm gonna show the 360 of whatever it's inside, outside, while there's no cuts in the video.
Yeah, you can do that. But the people still have conspiracy theories about it.
Hey, Mark, how are your teeth? Are they good?
I don't know how they look.
We have this thing called snus in Sweden. It's like Swedish dip, and I've been using it all my life. And you would think that my teeth was gonna rot, but it's actually the other way around. I have never had any problems with my teeth all my life, because my mouth just keeps producing saliva all the time. It's like brushing my teeth 24/7.
No, I don't know. Mark looks like he ate something. He's cleaning them. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, my point is you should use dips, Mark.
I just think it's fun. Pistachio nuts.
See, I knew it.
Yeah, it's funny when Henrik was talking about producing saliva, I think about Jazz Booty drooling all the time when we're on set,
Yeah.
Speaking of on set, it's a real pain doing that with Edwin and Jazz Booty, because we have to get up super early because the winds are low, and we usually go to McDonald's on the way there. Is it McDonald's?
Yeah.
Is that why I always have that coffee cup with McDonald's coffee?
Yeah, so did you see that? Everyone's commenting on that McDonald's coffee cup. Like, they're like, what happened to that coffee cup?
You see the lid take off, and it disappeared in the cloud. But
I haven't posted this, but I made recently a short video. I put the coffee cup. This was actually second time around we went back over there. I went and bought another coffee cup from McDonald's, and I put it in the middle of a desert, and as I'm walking, you can't really see anything until I get really close to it, and then I'm like, oh, this is where I left the coffee cup. I found it. Because there was so many comments on what happened to the coffee cup.
Oh there.
Yeah. We should probably go to Burger King, though. I like that a little better than McDonald's.
Yeah, I bet.
When Mark visited Sweden, we went to McDonald's, of course.
That was
Didn't
funny.
get a coffee though.
Hey, Mark, did you experience a different taste in Europe for McDonald's? They're supposed to be better.
No, it was exactly the same.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Yeah. I had a big...
Because in Europe, they don't allow a lot of the meats and stuff like that. That has to be high quality.
There isn't any meat in McDonald's.
Actually,
probably not anyway.
Remember that guy got sued, or no, he made a big stink about how somehow McDonald's takes their meat and they run it through some kind of acid or strong base, whatever, really strange to make it palatable. Like before that, it's like dog food. So that's
possible.
So
I believe that.
Next week I'm going up moose hunting, so I'm gonna stock up on proper meat.
Moose burgers.
Yes, they are super nice. A little bit gamey, but I like that.
Hey, don't talk about that. I said gay me. Speaking of that, a friend of mine just...
Don't make me censor this video as well, Mark.
A friend of mine just wrote something on the screen that's kind of homophobic, and he texted to me, but I'm not going to mention it because...
Thank you.
Yeah. So Edwin, what's going on? What am I doing as far as visiting you and helping out? What's...
Yeah, don't say what you're going to do. I don't know. When can you come?
Whatever. Next week might be tough. I mean, give me a 2 or 3 weeks notice, but especially if I'm shipping a 20 millimeter out there.
Are you shipping it, or are you gonna bring it with you on the plane?
Conceal carry it.
Oh. I don't want to bring that because it weighs a bunch, and then you got to have a tripod that weighs a bunch. Oh, here comes Richard.
Hello, Richard.
Great. Richard is showing guns for sure. Now we're gonna get demonetized.
Yeah, we can't have...
Can you angle that a little bit? You cannot show guns on a live stream. We can pretend those are airsoft or something.
Yeah, it's all airsoft, and yeah.
You hear that, YouTube censors? That's airsoft.
Well, I mean, if they're at Richard's house, the one thing we know is that they probably don't work.
Whoa.
Burn.
I thought we had an agreement, Mark.
Right out of the gate.
You see what did I tell you, Richard? Hasn't even been 60 seconds.
Yeah, it was immediate, basically.
We
yeah.
couldn't hold it. We couldn't do it.
Well, you're late to the stream. This would have been, many, many minutes in. I would have.
Yeah, you're 11 minutes late. God damn.
Yeah, I was eating my lunch.
This is a part of Mark's rifle that got destroyed.
I almost
Oh,
already drank my first beer.
Uh-oh, there you go.
By the way,
Yeah,
I'm the only one getting drunk here right now, except for chat. But in my
Yeah,
live stream,
It's
basically
only
everyone is drunk. Oh, okay then. Cheers.
Yeah.
Or as we say in Sweden, skål.
Gold.
Yes, gold.
There you go.
I thought that was chewing tobacco.
What's that, Edwin? What's up?
Skull is chewing tobacco. Right?
Oh,
Could be a name for that as well. We usually call our variant of that snus.
wait, you're drinking, Richard? What the hell?
Are you 21?
Yeah, I'm off work. So
What the hell? Aren't
it's
you?
5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
quarter
wait,
past 7 p.m. where I'm at.
Yes, Edwin.
I'm the earliest. I'm at 10 a.m. right now.
Oh yeah. Well, you should start drinking.
I think gin and tonic is okay then.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm right now on the top. It's kind of a relaxed day because Fridays generally are, unless it's the end of the month. But the end of the month is 2 days ago.
Oh, it is Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, and we're off Monday, but I'll be here doing something. I hope.
Need to ship those 50s.
Yeah. Well, we met our goal this month, so we're okay. I know Edwin and Richard are surprised that I actually have goals, but Valerie's not around for the moment, so
Is she gonna come back soon or what?
I don't know. She came in while I was out of the country last week, and she's like, I'm not gonna do that again because her baby's like super needy, and I don't know. She works from home. She you can see her computer in her office is, mouse is moving all over the place. She's doing
Is she
stuff.
planning returning to work in general, or is she planning to be a stay-home mom?
I mean, she didn't plan on being a stay-home mom, but she's been out for 3 months. Oh, I don't know, 2.5, whatever. But I don't know.
You actually need her there, or were things going smoothly without her?
It was actually better without her.
Oh yeah, wait till she sees this live stream.
She's such a brat, But
Mark,
now-
you should pay her for staying out of work.
Yeah, maybe stay like out of work bonus.
Yeah.
Right.
We
Okay, go
have,
ahead.
we have that in Sweden actually. It's called a-kassa.
Richard, too bad you're not drinking at a hotel room in Vegas, and I could say something funny, and you can spit it all over the room.
Yeah, no. Not today.
Yeah, that was very. You should have been there for that, Edwin. We were.
Oh, speaking of that, Richard, I was telling Mark 2 weeks. Maybe if you guys want to come over.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I mean, yeah, that's not too bad because 3 weeks we start to run into Oktoberfest, so I got to worry about that.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah. Wait, did you say important instead of important?
Important.
Freaking hate that.
Easy, Mark. Be nice to Edwin.
Yeah, be nice. We're all, I don't know, something
Yeah.
nice.
We're all super. All right. So anyway, what can we talk about?
We can talk about Edwin almost blowing himself up and how you, Mark, will help him actually succeed in that prospect.
Well, I mean, mainly because
Mark is really good at doing that. I mean, look at Scott.
oh, man,
What, Mark? You don't want to talk about that?
and that's
I actually did the calculations on that, and it was the ammunition that messed him up.
Yeah, ha, Edwin. Now,
Yeah.
I'm actually in the process of making the next video for that. It shows some maniac putting an RN50 in a big old bucket of cement and firing it. It also shows a really awesome American guy from Kentucky blowing up an RN50, and then a Barrett. But yeah, there's some interesting things to be learned just from those 3 videos. You know, it addresses this versus the muzzle brake. It addresses the strength of the RM50, and then it also addresses this whole fail-safe idea when you watch the M82 blow to smithereens. So that's going to be a good video, I hope.
Yeah, someone on chats asked a really silly question: if you ever considered making a 50 BMG revolver. There's so many things wrong with that question.
Yeah, remember from our live stream last week that I hate revolvers. It's like,
yeah, I know, for good reason.
Venting gas right after the peak pressure. Oh, let's go vent it out in the air. Now the Mosin Nagant, the gas seal revolver, that's kind of a cool idea. If I ever made a revolver, it would be a gas seal revolver.
Yeah, gas seal 50 BMG revolver. That's
who do you got to put him on?
That's buddy, you here?
I mean, I can never.
You want to come here and say hello? I got your buddy over here.
I can never understand this. You'll have to translate for me.
Don't worry. Richard, don't support him. Don't laugh at his jokes.
Yeah. Encourage me, Richard.
No, I'm not going to.
Richard, you look like there's this little tiny head way down the bottom there. You need to. Does booty. Is he coming over? Jazz
hello.
Hi.
We got Mark. Mark is over there in Florida. It's like a
Richard?
live stream. Yeah, it's got Richard.
That's
a guy from Sweden. He looks like you a little bit.
Yeah.
Hi.
The best haircut, right?
I'm still mad at you for driving my Corvette because you're not supposed to.
That's a nice car.
Yeah.
Doing burnouts.
I enjoy really, really bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Making
Bye-bye.
your appearance.
Gonna drink myself a German Brauerei Kamba Hell beer. Let's see what that is like.
I like the sound of hell. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Drink it and you go to hell.
It doesn't actually mean hell. It's something else in German, but still looks fun, right?
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm hearing somebody banging out there in the shop. Oh.
Why does Richard look so confused? Richard, you okay?
I'm okay. I'm just listening.
Probably.
By the way, Richard, I have a funny story that you might be interested in. A couple of years ago, just next to where I live, there's a train station. And there was this asshole with basically one of your guns, a slamfire shotgun. And he had it under his coat, loaded. And he stepped on the train, and he dropped it on his foot, and it fired.
Oh,
it was some shitty criminal who welded something together. So that's my experience in my neighborhood with.
So pretty much, this is Richard's fault, right? Because he's the one who was teaching.
Yeah, he probably inspired that guy.
See what you did, Richard. You actually
I've never dropped one like that.
You put out a criminal. You helped eliminate a criminal.
He's a pirate now with a wooden leg.
Guy, right?
Oh yeah. You helped assassinate Shinzo Abe.
That was all me.
They hate, man. That's like this. They hate stuff about that. I don't know why, but I don't know. Go ahead, Edwin.
Like the same situation where the U.S. military used to leave these 50 BMGs with explosives inside of them, and then here, Mark, look at Mark.
There's so many people who've left that comment, like Project Eldest Son, they called it.
Is it true?
I don't know. I mean, it's certainly possible, and that thing sure blew up. But you know what we should do is we should do a study on it and make sure it gets peer reviewed while you're wearing a lab coat, because that's the important part. I'm making these jokes because somebody on a gun board was commenting on the oxygen cylinder versus safe video, and he's like, well, Edwin, being a doctor and a scientist, he should know that his work's going to be peer reviewed. Anything he puts out the video is subject to that peer. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Is that guy actually serious or what? Like, taking it to a next level. Like, I've never seen that before.
I know, it's like
wearing a lab coat has some responsibility, Ed.
yeah, like I'm
Oh, there it is. I didn't even think about that.
yeah, that's it. You're automatically a PhD if you wear the lab coat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Richard, we were talking about how it's a pain in the butt to go on Edwin's shoots because we always end up getting up early and we stop by McDonald's on the way in, and you know, I was saying we should
Burger King. It's usually Burger King.
Burger King sometimes. In general, I'm not for Burger King, but it is. I don't know. I don't.
I'm still trying to remember what you and Richard were sitting there trying to calculate while I'm trying to film. You're sitting in there calculating the pressure of something and the velocity, and you were trying to give me the equation while I'm trying to film in a 60-degree weather. You're sitting in there with your mask and gloves.
He was so cool that time.
He literally asked for, he was writing in something weird too. He was with his pen or something like that. I'm like, what a weirdos. They're sitting in there while I'm trying to set up here, like risking my life. You two are sitting in there calculating the equations of the pressure and physics. And
well, I mean, we knew you were going to be peer reviewed, so we just wanted to be ready. You know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, science, obviously.
Hard science. Very important stuff.
All right, who knows what that is? I don't know why it's on my desk.
That is obviously a little metal thing.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, but
is it a stronger kind of metal?
Yeah, it's a stronger kind of metal. Yeah.
I forgot my lab coat, but that's obviously a metal thing.
It's actually part of a. It goes on the front of the wood handguard on a VZ58, and apparently they're, even if you buy the part sets, they're missing. So it'd be really easy to make that, except I got way too many other things to do. It's just a little tiny bent up piece of sheet metal. Boring. It's. I'm watching a live stream. It looks boring. Okay, let's say something exciting.
Yeah.
Who knows what that is? Oh wait, never mind.
That is a pinky finger.
Pretty soon he's gonna put the whole gun together, and then he's gonna show the gun on that line. Who knows what this is?
Who knows what barrel extension is? This is very telling. It looks like an AR, but it's not. It's a 1/16 of an inch bigger.
Hey, Mark, since we're all here, let's talk about that 20mm thing with the oxygen and stuff like that.
Yeah, let's do that. Explain the
Do you
theory you
think
had, Mark.
Do you think it'll pierce both of the tanks?
It'll pierce as many tanks as you can find.
Because let me tell you something. That 20mm round, I know it's a lot of power, but I've noticed when we compare to the 50 BMG, 50 BMG has a better penetrating power than the 20mm, because that round on 20mm is so much larger than the 50 cal.
Yeah, it's all about sectional density, which Henrik just touched on with the 6.5 Swede versus the 308. But yeah, because it's smaller diameter, has more mass per unit area than the 20. But I would think the 20 armor piercing would still be. But I do have a better. Am I allowed to show ammo on here, Henrik?
I'll be right back, by the way.
I don't know, actually. But I've done it on my live streams without issue before, so I guess
All right,
so.
Let me go grab something off my safe over here. Hold on.
Maybe you could like make a bullet for the 20 in the lathe.
Mark, I have the same rounds you have.
There you go. Oh, that's right. You actually stole them from me. So you
I have all of them.
so you don't have this one. See, then this is really interesting. So here's
I have a black tip. Oh, I have that same one.
Yeah, this is the Typhon 20. This is the old Hispano Suizo round. And this has been around since the 40s, I guess. But here's the Vulcan. And the big difference you can see, obviously, is the length, but also the base diameter. You can see the Vulcan. The Vulcan is short and fat. But look at this. Look at this intermediate round. That was a Navy round, a Mark something or other, Mark 5 mod, blah, blah. But look at this. Same base diameter as the Vulcan, same case length as the Hispano. So this sucker, this is huge. This has a lot of extra powder. So this, and unfortunately, I only have like 25 rounds of this, and I've got a barrel for it. So this is the most powerful 20mm I've got. So kind of interesting. And it's also.
Wait, what is that? Which one is the black tip? Is that the Hispanian or no?
No, this is the Hispano with this is an APT, armor piercing tracer, and this is the Mark 5 blah blah blah, and it's just AP. Oh no, it says APT, armor piercing tracer. Can we see that?
I need one for moose hunting next week, obviously.
That would knock a moose down so hard.
Hey, speaking of that Vulcan, when is that going to finish, Richard?
Yeah, Richard, when are you doing that Vulcan?
The paperwork?
Yeah, the paperwork. Yeah, we have to do the paperwork.
Yeah, here's a weird thing, Henrik. In America, you can make your own 20 millimeter on a Form 1, a BATF Form 1. And the cool thing is, like, I've been trying about 6 years. I've been trying to get Edwin his own 20 millimeter, and it's a pain in the butt, especially in California. Even yes, I think you have a Nevada presence.
Yeah.
So it's a pain. You can't just send a destructive device. I can't send him a 20 millimeter in California, but I can send him the receiver as just a receiver, especially when you plug in a barrel that's 22 long, full carbine, whatever. So the receiver is just a receiver. It doesn't have to be marked with a caliber, and it can be multi-caliber, whatever. So I can sell that to him or anybody else in the country without going through the destructive device crap. And then the person at their end, they can file the BATF Form 1 to make a destructive device and say, okay, well, yeah, I'm taking this receiver and I'm going to make, it's going to be 20 millimeter caliber. So that's the cool thing. But Edwin's too scared to do the paperwork, so he's trying to put it on Richard because Richard, he doesn't know how to say no. So this has been going on for a long time.
Okay.
Well, the funny thing is, though, I don't even know how to do the paperwork. So that's the
Okay,
fun.
imagine this. He doesn't even know how to do the paperwork. Now they want me to do it.
I mean, I could do it, but I don't know how.
Yeah, and I've actually sent Edwin like step-by-step instructions at least, I don't know, 70 times, I think. But we'll get it eventually. It's going to be cool. In fact, it's that receiver. Oh, here I am. Here I'm sitting here. It's sitting on my desk. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
This thing is cool.
It's got my initials on there, huh?
Yeah, and this sucker, this is all heat treated and everything, and it's meant to take a Vulcan barrel. I was about to go run over there and grab a Vulcan barrel and plug it in there, but I'm not that much of a spaz, almost. But yeah, this thing's pretty nice, and this is just a receiver. This is Form 1able into something much more
So
exciting.
how long will it take for you to actually make the bolt for it and everything else?
Like 6 or 7 years, probably.
Great.
Never.
Well, no rush then.
I want to make something slightly different. I don't know.
Mark, you should fix your office ornament, the many-barreled luxury device you have.
Yeah. Should I show that? Because that's just a what do we call that? That's a rotor. Yeah, that actually isn't a gun. That's a rotor. Yeah, you want to go look at that?
Show the helicopter equipment.
Wait, I'm turning the camera around. This is always scary. There's a lot of crap around here. But look, that's innocent enough. It's a guitar. There's another guitar. But there's an old phone.
That's,
yeah,
a rotor for a helicopter.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing's pretty crazy. Yeah, these the Vulcan, the bolts on the Vulcan actually have the back end of them tilts down into a recess, and that's what that's doing. And you can see they're like a shell holder, so the rim actually goes into the face there. And of course, these are all roller bearings that go back and forth when it's inside the helical track in the receiver. Oh, look at that! Any of you guys have one of these? Oh yeah, you do.
Well, I don't.
Well, you will after this live stream.
Oh, we shall see. Edwin, you need to make Mark finish that thing and put it on your channel.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just waiting for the paperwork. So.
Honestly, it's between the paperwork between Richard and Mark making it, which is going to take another 5 years. So if you have time, stick around for next 5 years. If we're lucky, 5 years.
Yeah, that'll be
Mark,
a fun.
would you be able to just take one of the bolts you just showed me right now out of that and then just stick it inside the my receiver?
Yeah, I feel like Alex now. God.
Just try it. It'll save us some time.
Oh, the Vulcan bolt? Oh, just stick it in there. All right, yeah. All right.
Yeah, the Vulcan bolt.
That's not how anything works.
Yeah, don't tell.
Just
Don't,
use the angle grinder. Richard knows how to do it.
went to the scientist. You're at a much higher level than we are. We actually
Yeah.
these things together.
So you guys sit around for years calculating and measuring. I actually get out there and do it, and look what happened. Things go very well.
I'm pretty sure we're going to peer review your comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I want to change on this receiver, like this thing, it's just like a big BFG 50. So it's got this, this oval cutout, and of course on the back side, you've got the bolt goes in and rotates. Here are the lug surfaces, but I don't know. I kind of want to do Acme thread, interrupted Acme thread, or not even lugs. I've done lugs before, but I don't know where that thing is. But it's just, I don't want to get too technical here because Richard and Edwin are on the call. So Richard, what are you doing down there? Are you like slipping out of the picture little by little? He's like,
no, this is great. It's like basically the stream is just Mark talking.
oh yeah,
Just let him go. Just going after it.
Mark really should be the one with the
listening to Mark.
science coat.
no, I'm just not up for being peer reviewed.
Hey, but okay, you kind of drifted away from the topic of penetrating those two tanks with the 20 millimeter. Is things gonna happen or not?
Yeah, explain those two tanks so the viewers might understand the full scope of the insanity here.
I don't know if we want to do that. Do we? We don't want to give that away.
Oh, perhaps not. It's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome.
But it'll go. Edwin, and for that short of it, we're not going through very far. We're going through like, I don't know. I don't even know how thick the walls are, but it just can't be more than 10 gauge steel. 0.13, pretty thin. So you're going through two walls of one tank, two walls of another in a very short distance. It's not going to be able to veer off. So even if 50 BMG does ultimately penetrate better, which I'm not sure, but you've got much more experience at that. It's not going to be a problem at all.
Do both a 20 and a 50 at the same time.
We could.
I thought about that, but if they're not sequenced together correctly, one will destroy the other one before the other one has a chance to penetrate. I thought about that actually, even on my video. I was like, should I put two of them and then have somebody else next to me? And then I thought about putting two next to each other and pulling string at the same time. I was like, no, let's just shoot them. But what about on the 20 millimeter? You're gonna have to probably just kind of. I know you're not gonna like this idea, but you're gonna have to kind of put it close by and use the string and pull it. Hopefully it will survive.
That thing's accurate. I think we should be for what we're talking about. I think we need to actually. I was gonna say us. We have Jazz Booty dig us a ditch, safe from the from stuff. But
I can bring stuff to put around us so we don't get. We just need like maybe 4 wash machines or 4 dryers or something like that. Just hide behind them.
Mark told me that his guns, they are super accurate. You could probably be like a mile away and still hit it, right, Mark?
No doubt. And that that 20 is accurate. I mean, we didn't hit the Lamborghini, right?
Oh my God, my hands just started sweating thinking about that Lamborghini video.
Yeah, Mark showed it to me, and my hands were sweaty as well while watching that.
No, I was having a panic attack last minute. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe we're doing this. And then obviously there's also no scope, and he's just kind of like hoping, okay, it's going to go through in the middle. He's using a bore sighting that thing, just sitting in there back and forth. And I haven't even checked. I just took his word that it's sighted in. He's like, okay, good to go. I'm like, you sure? He's like, yeah.
Funny prank. It'd be a funny prank, aim it right at the engine. Yeah, no, it looks funny, but it.
Yeah, because obviously if you look at the scope, and I don't even know if he had it on top or not, but he bore sighted that thing, and then he just like put the bolt back in there, and I'm not gonna take the bolt and readjust it or anything like that. He's like, oh, it's good to go. I was like, okay.
we might have had the scope on it, but yeah, that close, you don't want to trust it. So yeah, we did bore sight, but bore sight works really well with that gun.
Bore sight always works well. When I zero my sniper rifles for a new load, I always bore sight it, and I'm like this much off at 100 meters or whatever that is in yards, 110 or whatever. So yeah, bore sighting works really well if you know what you're doing, which Mark apparently does.
Well, some people don't know what bore sighting is. Mark, do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, that's when you're sighting, but it's really boring, so it's called bore sighting.
Yeah.
Well, I can explain. You basically use the bore as a diopter. So you have the same amount of black. When you look through it, you see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? And then you have the same amount of black all around. Then you know it's super straight. And then you put it at whatever you want to hit, right? So
I was looking for a simpler answer. You pretty much take the bolt out and look through the hole.
pretty much, yes. And you're careful while doing it, so it's accurate. Yeah. But you save a bunch of rounds when you're sighting in a scope that way. So when I sight in a scope, I shoot 2 rounds. So I bore sight it, shoot 1 shot, then I measure it in my reticule, how many mils I have to adjust in my scope, and the next shot is straight where I'm aiming. Very important to do when you're firing really expensive ammunition.
Yeah, and this usually only works on bolt actions, right, Mark?
Well,
no, it works perfectly fine on an AR as well. Just remove the upper, remove the bolt and bolt carrier, and look through it.
Yeah, Edwin removed the bolt and carrier and everything out of one of my BFG-50As once by shooting another bullet down.
I don't have that here. Otherwise, I would probably. Well, I guess I can shoot it.
Yeah, he showed me that little piece of broken off bolt carrier, and I'm like, "Holy crap! Did you ruin my gun again?" But it was from the blown up one. I was like, "Oh man!"
Yeah,
it's like just a little tiny piece of something that was huge and very strong and heavy.
This is some really good. What did I say? Usually stronger kind of steel.
Strong kind of metal.
Stronger kind of metal.
Your BFG-50A, that's a little plastic feed ramp.
Is it really plastic?
Yeah, I machined it. I machined it out of it's Delrin, so it's nylon. But anyway, we decided we didn't need them. Weren't required. There's all kinds of.
So Edwin, so you're gonna bury the tanks, or what are you planning on doing with that exactly?
No, I don't want to. What I was thinking to do it just to kind of hold them together for a split second. I was gonna, and then to see some results, I was gonna put them in the wash machine.
Oh,
I don't know if they'll both. I don't know if they'll both fit in there, but I have to do some measuring. Either wash machine or dryer, but a top loader. So we'll just put the wash machine top loader, and then open the door and stick the tanks inside. So they're kind of held together, and maybe possibly use a chain also.
What about refrigerator?
That's boring.
Refrigerators are huge.
Because if you also put it in the refrigerator, that means you would have to close the door. You don't see what's happening.
Who's talking? Oh, is Richard's kid in there?
Yeah.
You believe Richard? That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It happens. It's crazy, isn't it?
Kids having kids.
Well, I was just thinking, like, if you're gonna bury them, like, you just put a car on top of them.
Speaking of that, let me tell you my other idea. I've been actually searching all week. You know those little smart cars?
Yeah.
Those smart cars. They're super 2-door. Anyways, I've been looking to buy one of them, and then I want to somehow put a bigger oxygen tank on the bottom of it. See if I can lift this or flip it up the car upside down.
Yeah, there'd probably be nothing left, I wouldn't think.
It'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah, but there's an aspect that I don't want to touch on that makes it difficult if we cover up the cylinders with something big like a car. So, but I don't want to talk.
That this will be a different video. This will be strictly oxygen tank.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, luckily now we have the equations for that, how it relates to the energy of TNT.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to do the equations while I'm sitting in there. My heart is beating and my hands are sweating, and then you're sitting in there with the pen and the paper doing equations for me.
I wish I could bring it up on the screen here.
I'm about to see death right in front of my eyes, and you're sitting in there doing mathematical equations.
Well, look, when you know your stuff's going to be peer reviewed, you got to be ready. That's what drives me now. You know?
Peer reviewed on the forums.
Doing your reviews and your calculations, but when you're out there actually doing it, it's a completely different story.
I really don't remember the calculations part, but my memory sucks anymore. So
video. I can show you like the raw footage. I told Jasperit, I'm like, turn around, look at those guys are sitting and they're calculating.
What were we doing? Were you looking at that? Were you part of that, Richard? Do you remember? Because you're not old.
I think you were. There was that ring in the barrel of your MP5 or something.
Oh.
And you were like talking about the equation and how to solve for the bullets hitting each other in the barrel.
Okay, I could see me going off on a tangent doing that.
Yeah, that was what it was.
But then drinking coffee.
And keep in mind, we're talking about 6 a.m. and then it's cold as hell, like 50 degrees or maybe lower. It's like maybe 30 or 40 degrees. We're freezing. We're moving around, trying to set this up. He's sitting back there calculating equations.
Well, when it strikes you, you got to know something. You just got to know. So yeah. He
was in his little ski mask and his hat was on. Yeah, it was awesome.
It was a pretty cute ensemble, though.
Yeah, you guys are talking about shit I would never be able to do on my YouTube channel. It would be so hilariously illegal in Sweden, and every FUD in Sweden would come to my house with pitchforks and torches and just lynch me.
Wow. Crazy what we can get away with for now, but it's
for now.
Yeah, that's the thing is that's how it is. Like how did they get away with shooting a machine gun out of an airplane and it makes national news and nothing bad happens? But it's the same thing as shooting hogs out of a helicopter with a machine, which is still pretty awesome. But don't worry, the liberals are working on shutting all that down. Eventually we'll have no rights.
I need to come to the U.S. before Biden bans everything fun and beautiful in this beautiful country of yours.
Yeah.
I even have you seen those videos where they put like 50 pounds of tannerite or 100 pounds around pigs and stuff?
Yeah.
Because they have a thing where they allow you to eliminate pigs in whatever way you could possibly want. So there's people out there, they put a feed station. You'll have like 50 pigs are all eating at the same time together, and then these guys will put a 50-pound tannerite, and then somebody out there's waiting. All of a sudden, bang, and they're all like evaporated.
I've seen that. That's pretty awesome. But I don't think you'd get away with that on your channel. I think you'd lose a lot of people. But I think it'd be.
I wouldn't do. I thought it was so interesting that they allow stuff like that.
Richard, you need to start a channel. Well, you have a channel. Let's do it on your channel.
Well, yeah, it's completely blank now. So
yeah,
I saw that video too. I think it was at night, and like they had thermal on the pigs, so when it blew up, they're just like pieces of pig going everywhere, and the thermal will just like red.
Yeah. Hey, but here's the interesting thing. That video has been on the YouTube for a long time. You would think somebody would have flagged it, or like hundreds of people would have flagged it. It would have gone down, but it hasn't. Yeah. It's still up there. Because I recently watched it, like maybe about a month ago or something. I was just curious. I was showing it to a friend. I was telling him about it. And that video has been there for years, and it hasn't gone down. You would think YouTube would take it down like immediately.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not monetized, but still, that's like,
Yeah, they demonetize so much now.
I understand that pigs are a pest all over the world, but that's kind of serial killer territory, doing shit like that.
That's why.
Yeah, that's something Mark would do probably.
Yeah.
Like, that's normal. I don't see anything wrong with that. Is that weird? We're all like. Yeah, Edwin and I have a running thing about. I'm saying how I'm actually on really close to the autism scale, and he thinks I'm a psychopath, and I think he's a psychopath. So, yeah, it's just one of those things that goes back and forth with good friends.
Maybe there's a psychopath scale as well, and you're some place on the psycho spectrum. I don't know.
But psychopaths are not all like evil and bad people. Some of them are really a lot of like great CEOs, presidents. They're all psychopaths. You have to be one to be able to deal with a lot of the issues. When people say psychopath, they automatically go to the negative side and thinking serial killers and stuff like that. But sometimes you have to be a psychopath to be able to manage a lot of things in your life or other companies and stuff like that. You don't want to have a normal person who's going to make normal decisions. You need someone that is going to be a psychopath.
I know a few people like that. That is true. Yes.
Well, the main characteristic is lack of empathy. And I guess if you had too much empathy, you'd feel bad for what you're telling all these people to do, which is essentially just do your goddamn job.
I'm
So
not sure that's true. So people I know, they have a lot of empathy, and the way they use it is to manipulate and control people. So they have empathy, but they just don't give a shit about what they do to people. So yeah.
Anyway, what else were we talking about? About the
Guns.
McDonald's going early and getting
Blowing
coffee.
shit up.
Oh, do you want me to wait on that car going up for you guys, or do it on my own?
I don't know. I want to be involved with the other thing, but yeah, I don't know. How many times are you going out there? I'm just thinking about my schedule. My schedule is pretty open until.
It's gonna take a lot of logistics work for me to get all these things together.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to figure out a way to haul the car out there, pick it up, winches, trailers, people to help move things around.
And then you gotta have. Don't you have a crew of people who actually go around and cut the car into smaller pieces and scatter the garbage around so it's harder to clean up afterwards?
Yeah, that's what I do.
I watched that video.
Hey, Mark. Okay, so back now, we're talking about this whole tank and the car. What's the best way to put this thing to where it'll go up?
I mean, if you've got the tanks partially buried in the ground, that's going to work anyway because everything's going to want to go up.
Do you think I should shoot the bottom of the tank or do the same thing that I did recently where I shoot the middle of it?
No, obviously what works best is you got lucky in this case, but we could plan it next time is you shoot the seam. And in this case, the exit was on.
Let me tell you something. I looked at the tank. It's actually outside here. I looked at it. I didn't shoot the seam. It was just the shot at the regular spot.
How do you know?
Because I traced I looked all over for the seams. What happened, the way it's split, is really the pressure from the inside. It just ripped it like in the perfect place.
But look, do you think when like a chimpanzee is looking at a physics book?
I mean, I can send you a video. I can show you. I don't see any seams on that tank.
But wasn't the rip almost completely vertical?
Yeah, it is. But that's just what the pressure did. It just ripped it in the middle like that. So I kind of traced it all the way to the bottom and to the top, and there was no starting seam anywhere.
I mean, I know you and Jazz Booty. I mean, you guys are seam men.
Oh, also the reason why I say there was no seam because at one point at the bottom and the top, it kind of diverts and goes to the weird shape. So if it was a seam, it would have continued going straight to the top. It didn't.
No, because when it gets back into the bottom where it's formed in, the stress goes different ways. But I don't know. Let me put it this way: why don't you do the opposite and look around and see if you can find the seam?
I did. I didn't see anything.
Wait, you found the seam somewhere else, some vertical seam.
No, I don't know. I don't remember.
You're just making
I can go grab it. It's outside.
All right, now.
All four scientists over here. We should all talk about.
Mark, who has the lab coat here anyway?
Wait, you guys don't have a lab coat. You're not scientists. Never mind.
Exactly, I don't have one.
Your comments will be peer reviewed here, so just. Yeah. I don't know. I want to see that. Do you still have it?
What, the tank?
The lab coat.
Yeah, it's outside.
I'll take some pictures for it because it seems like it has to have been on the seam. They just don't. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would rip like that, but I don't know why. In fact, I watched that guy that you copy every single thing he does with Demolition Ranch, and he did an oxygen cylinder like a year ago. And his was interesting because of course, he used a 50, but it's interesting because the hole was like huge, and
wait, it looked. Matt did the oxygen tank?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't know. You didn't know?
No, wait. Okay, so how big was the tank? Do you know?
It was big. It was actually bigger than that one, I think. But what's beautiful is that it got ignited, and the oxygen made the hole go bigger because it's basically blowtorched it. But
okay, so hold on a second. Let me tell you something. About 3 years ago, I have shot a tank. I don't know if you've seen that video. I have shot an oxygen tank, and it didn't do what it did to this one. But it was a larger one. Actually, if you go and look, did I shoot it with the 50 BMG to begin with? I shot it, and it started flying around crazy, and it actually ignited on fire. I don't know what the title for that video was, shooting 50 BMG oxygen tank. I just put Edwin. You'll see it. It's about 3 years ago I did one. And it didn't react exactly like this one. And this is why I didn't think this was going to happen. Because I shot one before, long time ago.
Maybe it's purely because it was at an
Oh, you know what? Okay, let me tell you. I think what I did on that video, I didn't shoot it. I didn't shoot it vertically straight in the middle. I had it laid down like this on one of those tables that I make with the burros with the. So I had it flat down like this, and I shot the bottom of it.
Ah, okay.
I think that's what happened. It didn't react the same way.
So I have a question for all the scientists in this little meeting. I'm gonna share a picture so you can see it. What do you feel about this contraption?
Is that a high point?
That is a high point, yes. The optic is worth more than the gun.
That's terrible. That should never be done. That's what I think.
That's probably an NFA violation.
It's just
looks kind of cool.
It would probably go viral, yeah, if you made a video on it.
It will
Probably.
definitely go viral. Like
Yeah.
that one pistol Richard made out of 2 pipes, the blue one.
Hey, speaking of Richard pipes, look. I'm not going to show it because you can't, but can you see this over here?
Is that my slide whistle?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a good one too.
There's all
I
kinds,
like that gun.
all kinds of crazy stuff around here. That's evil, Edwin. I made this for a guitar company to put on a big bass guitar. All machined brass. There's all kinds of crap here. Richard, you're not talking enough.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that's apology accepted, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just gonna listen to Mark entertain us.
Should we tell them? Should we talk about what Richard is working on for me, or no?
Or
You know, I did want to ask. So that 12 gauge is a 7-barrel 12 gauge. What I'm
There it
planning
is.
on
Okay,
doing-
now he's talking about it.
I'm talking about it. No, because I wanted to ask. So Mark, what I'm planning on doing is having one of those 22 Ramset blanks.
yeah.
Fire a piece that basically that acts as the firing pin.
Wait,
So
I just-
like Ramset blank will shoot and it'll set off the 12 gauge shells.
Well, oh, they can set them all off at once.
Yeah.
All at once?
Yeah.
That's the idea.
obviously.
Let's shoot them all at once.
I mean, you saw that guy who had the shoe for the butt pad.
Yeah.
We're actually, you know what? We should add the shoe too in there, with like some sort of a sneaker.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, that will bring in some views.
Want the guy with the original sneaker? Do you want him peer reviewing your stuff? Because obviously he will.
Yeah.
I like that idea, kind of. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather do it mechanically. I'd rather have a ring that has all the firing pins on it, and you pull that whole ring back, and it has a fairly large diameter centerpiece, so it wouldn't tend to teeter. Yeah, I'd rather do it that way, because I don't know how you're going to direct it that way. With
Well, I've got the scraps left over from when I made that Ramset 22 for Edwin. I've got the internals that has the Ramset little gun.
Huh.
You know what I'm talking about? But,
Yeah. the thing you cock it and
yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
so what Mark is saying is put a little round disc and put all the firing pins on it, and then
Yeah,
put all.
but he would have to do that. He'd rather have something he could just grab off the shelf at Home Depot.
But how would they all fire at the same time?
Well, my way or his way?
His way.
Yeah, I'm still wondering. I don't know.
That,
Science.
it seems like it should just be one action, sort of like Mark was saying, on a disc or something where you can pull. They're all
Oh,
slapping
yeah.
at the same time together.
Yeah, it's going to. I'm just gonna have the Ramset instead of springs, just have the Ramset shoot
Yeah, but-
that thing with the disc. You know, have all the firing pins on
Oh,
that.
but okay, so
It'll shoot it into it.
the disc will have all the pins welded
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, he just wants
Okay.
the ram set to do the job of a big spring. And I'm telling you that if you have a center boss on that the disc is attached to, you could have that whole thing cocks back. You get a pretty powerful spring, just Just smack small at once. The ram set just seems like it's, I don't want to say crazy because, I mean, look who I'm talking to. It just seems like it's too much work. And it's iffy.
So you think it'll be overly complicated if I do it?
Because a spring is just, it's so simple. It's there. You have a tube going within another tube, telescoping together, and you got a freaking big spring in there. And you cock it back, got a simple sear for it. Because if you do it your way, anyway. Any good comments? Where's the beer? Okay, he's drinking the beer.
I'm drinking the beer for all of them. Yeah, I bought a shitload of springs on Amazon just to make a bunch of 3D printed projects. No guns.
We make our own spring here, sir. Oh, wait. Henrik, you should know this. You know what this is from? Very distinctive.
It looks like from like a micro Uzi or something.
No, this is a giveaway. This is really strange. What the hell do they call this stuff? It's an old composite made with canvas, and God, I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, Papa Shop.
Oh, okay. I never picked one apart. I only shot them full auto.
Oh, it's a recoil. It's a PPSH 41, the Russian guy. Yeah, we can have a whole show just on what's on my desk.
Mark, I've been wanting to get a P7. Do you have any laying around?
Didn't we talk about this? No.
Say you have one?
No.
I want to add it to my collection. I just been looking.
Yeah.
Of course.
So I'm trying to buy stuff from Ukraine that they don't need, but they need basically everything. Trying to get an AS-VAL or and a VSS Vinteres. That's once dropped from the VDV from my contacts in the Ukrainian military. But there's one thing they really can sell, and that is PPSHs. About a full auto one for equivalent of $20.
Wow, $20. That's crazy.
They don't use them in the beginning of the war. They used them for personal protection for some people, but they got MP5s instead after a while.
Oh, somebody guessed it. PPSH. Oh, and somebody suggested for the firing pins. Yeah, if you had a ram set, what would be hilarious is if you had like a cylinder and the firing pin was a piston on each one, and you somehow routed the ram set gas into each one. I could see you doing that kind of precision with a piece of sidewalk and a file. I mean,
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's why I like the disc with the center boss with a spring, and you don't have to move the firing pins that far. They could be like about that long, so that's how much you move them back. So each one of them it's already in its own hole, so you don't have to worry about the alignment and rotation. And as far as translational, you've got telescoping tube. All right,
this stream is so demonetized.
What? Oh,
you're explaining how to do shit.
Yeah, but it's
oh no,
it's verboten by YouTube.
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, no, I don't mind. I already gave up.
But they don't look into the bots. Don't look into the videos this deep in of a conversation. Usually, no.
Yeah, we've been going on for an hour now, so I don't know. I'm almost out of beer as well.
Holy crap! Well, you can get more beer. I
can.
You can have. Is Ellen around? She could bring you one.
Yeah, she is actually.
Yeah.
Give a second.
And his girlfriend, girlfriend. Yeah, is she? Anyways,
why did you have a white girlfriend?
Anyway, first thing I saw, I'm like, I want to rub your head. She's like,
what?
Yeah, she's badass. Much more than I ever will be.
Wow, she must be in earshot. She could hear him.
So, Mark, when are you leaving in October?
When am I? You mean for Oktoberfest?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's end of September. It's like last week of September, first week of October. So I haven't.
Are you going to Germany?
Yeah. Yeah, come on down.
I might actually do that. That's close for me.
Sure, closer than it is for me. When you're invited.
Sure. The what?
You're invited too.
Oh
Well-
yeah, let me just drop everything I'm doing. I'll come to Germany.
Awesome. They don't have Burger King over there, I don't think, so we'll be safe.
Oh, darn. They don't have. I don't know.
They do have McDonald's though, so you can get your coffee.
Yeah.
No, Mark only likes Burger King.
I took him to McDonald's, and now I get to know he only likes Burger King. I feel like I dishonored Mark by
He
bringing
really
him to
likes Burger
McDonald's.
King.
It's not McDonald's doesn't have the same kind of counters as Burger King.
The funny thing is, so we were driving on the road, and on the right side was McDonald's, on the left side was Burger King, and I took McDonald's. I didn't know. I'm sorry, Mark.
No, we have an inside running joke about Burger King that we're not going to discuss here.
Because he's embarrassed. Yeah. It did not involve the $20 million though.
It's it was so dumb. This is like one of the dumbest things ever. I just think-
Hey, but speaking of Burger King, do you still have that gift card, Mark?
yes, I do.
Did you try to use it in Europe?
No, you know what? I would have, but I still don't go to Burger King in Europe. Or, the problem. It's been around for a while, so it doesn't work so well. So they have to actually key it in, and it's got like 50 different little. Of course, I'm putting it out there. People are going to steal it and use it.
No.
Get the senior citizen discount for the coffee menu.
Like, oh, Merry Christmas! Here's a Burger King. And I'm like, what? Burger King? They put like $100 on it. I'm going to be dead by the time I eat it all. Pardon my arteries. My parents aren't quite in touch with this, this century.
Only if your parents knew why you go to Burger King.
Burgers and fries, flame broil. What do you mean?
I'm not sure I want to know the in joke here. It's gonna be
it's super dumb, but
Bobblehead.
oh, who knows what that is? That's a tough one there. Yeah, it's not super tough, but it's somewhat tough. If you can guess what that is, type it up really fast.
It's magazine
It looks
release.
like some Uzi.
Damn it, Richard.
Yeah.
If you're guessing Uzi, it's gonna be right about 50% of the time.
It's micro. It's the barrel nut retaining thingy, if I may be technical, for a micro.
Oh, like I said, by the time this ends, Mark will have a whole gun together with all the parts he has laying around. Yeah. Oh, here goes another part.
I made a video with the stupidest Uzi ever. A caliber 40 carbine that's been in police possession in the US with a plastic fixed stock and a 13-inch barrel. A 40 cal mini Uzi.
Mini. Oh yeah, I remember that.
A mini Uzi with a 13-inch barrel and a fixed stock. But why? Should have a shorter barrel and not caliber 40.
The mini is like 8 inches or something, 8 or 8. Yeah, it's what's funny is that Edwin has the part, but he would not recognize it probably, because you kind of have to take your gun apart and clean it to actually see it. Yeah, he sent me a 58 by accident once, and I'm like, why is this here? And he's like, oh, his people sent the wrong gun. I'm like, so when's the last time you cleaned it? And he's like, huh?
I don't clean my guns either. I clean my AK, otherwise it will rot and die. But my long-range rifles, I never clean them, because you want to have the copper in the little tiny crevices in the barrel. If you get that out of there, it's going to take like 20 to 50 rounds to get back to accuracy. So
that's weird, because when I was shooting long-range stuff, some of the guys there, they'll clean between every string, and they're using
that is
copper.
Very stupid. You will only degrade the barrel and shorten the barrel life.
Weird. Well, I'll tell those guys. Damn it! I'll go back to 2000 bits with that.
Yeah. So it depends kind of what kind of barrel you have as well. If you have a really shitty barrel, you might need to do that. Also, break-in is bullshit. Don't break in your barrels.
Yeah, I never break them in.
Oh, Mark, here's the funny thing. This is off topic, but that video that I did the commercial for the SDI,
Yeah.
I pulled out a Mosin Nagant in that video, and I said, "Oh, you can bring back your grandpa's SKS," and nobody caught it. I don't. Did you
I reacted to that. Like, what's your?
I love setting people up so they can fix my mistakes. They're like, "That is not a SKS. Does your SKS have a bolt action?" Man,
I should start doing that. See if anyone reacts. There's a
Yeah,
bunch of
obviously, I get
nerds
a
in
lot
the
of
comment section always.
Richard used to always do that. In fact, when I first met him and before I met him, when I first started watching his videos, he would so deadpan talk about stuff that's like, oh yeah, we usually get 5,000 feet per second out of this pistol, but this one's a little lower, and I'd be like, what, are you nuts? He's totally, I was totally unfamiliar with the concept, but God,
it's called troll farming, Mark.
Yeah, I know. He's
got a farm for them.
Somebody's asking what kind of CAD I use, and I'm not gonna say what CAD I use because there are a bunch of a-holes who won't. Well, they haven't sponsored me yet. If they sponsor me, then I'll crow it from the rooftops. But from now, I will say that this CAD I'm using right here is 12 years old.
Yeah, they're typing in Swedish, but they're super nerdy about the CAD software.
Oh, I mean, it's funny because the version I have is from 2010, but I did last year buy the 2022 version, and I got a brand new computer down here for it and everything, badass computer, water cooled, crazy, but I haven't even gotten to using it yet because I've got some different stuff that I have to do with it, and it sucks. One thing about being in production, it's like you don't have the luxury of sitting there and playing with stuff and figuring out every little detail. You just got to figure out the bare minimum to get going and shoot it out the door. Like an RN50. Like, don't even worry if it's safe or not. Just throw it out there and hope that the most popular gun YouTuber doesn't get blown up with it. That's how we run our business.
Some lawyer is going to use that against you now. You know that.
That's the worst part about that, too, is like, I said, yeah, my Ukrainian engineer buddy, and they're like, he didn't even do his own calculations. Like, oh, my God. It's like, of course I did all this. It's just that right now, 6 years later, this guy was running the numbers for me because guess what? I'm busy doing production crap all day, every day. So anyway, enough of my little mini rant there. What are you eating, Edwin? Probably cupcake.
Ooh.
With the protein bar.
Do you even lift, Edwin?
No, hell no.
He lifts beers to his mouth.
I'm a doctor and a scientist. We don't do lifting.
Yeah, I was talking to Mark earlier today and said I was gonna aim for a 500-pound deadlift, and I failed. I almost puked on all over myself, but I did finish like a 470 deadlift at least.
I think
eventually.
I saw a guy. He did something like that, and then he like crapped his intestines out while he was doing it. So watch
I pooped myself as well.
Yourself a lot.
Also, I peed blood after doing some squats once. I broke some veins, capillaries or whatever in my bladder, and peed blood afterwards. I think that was 500 kilos. That's like 1,000 pounds.
No, more than that. 2.2 pounds per.
Maybe you should just stop. Sounds dangerous.
Yeah, that was a leg press, so you can take a lot of weight on that machine.
Look at that. Is that a coincidence that this fit in here and held that in place? What do you think, Richard?
I like how Mark's trying to bring it up to the camera too close. He's just kind of holding it lower.
A guy in the comment section said he got sick after almost being close to a 400-pound deadlift. I actually did 500 pounds earlier this year, but I got the coof, or whatever you want to say, so you don't get the disease we wore masks for or whatever. Anyway, and then I got I couldn't oxygenate my muscles for a while, so I'm working up to that right now. Sorry?
What's that?
COVID, is it called something else?
No, it's just they're gonna demonetize me if I say the word.
Oh, okay. So I said.
Well, we're fucked anyway. Just say whatever now. Anyway, so I lost my sense of smell, and I couldn't. I felt it at the gym. I couldn't oxygenate my body while lifting heavy, so my lifts went down a bit, like 30% right at it. But then I'm getting back up there right now. So Mark is showing us his stuff.
It's my fluid coupling that I showed earlier, how I don't just design really cool stuff. I have to design boring stuff sometime, and that's really boring, but it's a huge necessity, unfortunately. Oh, get the CAD guys all excited. Now, I will talk about the CAM software. Which, is that you, Edwin?
Yeah, the sound?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop it. Anyway.
We're talking about serious CAM software now. Everyone is
Here
super
we go.
interested.
Mark's going to talk about boring stuff now.
It is boring, but it's
Cool.
it's hard. It's CAM software has a very steep learning curve. CAD is bad enough. CAM is insane, and they all work so differently. But
Yeah, I do a little bit of CAD work myself with FreeCAD because I'm too cheap to buy that shit. Just for some small 3D printing stuff I do, like 3D printing night vision goggles and shit for my reloading setup and whatnot.
Yeah, well, that's why a lot of people are getting into it, because of 3D printing. Richard, you need to do a lot of 3D printing now. You're a kid.
I tried. I don't know. It takes a lot of practice. I'm not that good at it yet.
Yeah, the main thing about Richard, if he doesn't master something in 15 seconds, he's like,
Yeah.
Put some effort
really just
into
doing
it.
my
It's
angle
not
grinder.
hard. It isn't hard. If I can do it, you can do it.
yeah,
Well, I've got one of those resin 3D printers, you know.
Yeah, I have that, and also the
Yeah.
little thing with, I don't know what the name is for it, but you have like a spool of wire, plastic shit.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called in English.
yeah, well, that's why Richard runs out the garage and grinds stuff really fast, because he doesn't have a lot of patience.
Yeah, no patience.
There's probably drugs for that.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I don't have them, so.
Well,
I
Yeah.
might. So anyway, what else? It's is it no, we're just we're an hour and 15 minutes into this. Holy crap. That's crazy.
yeah. One of
Can I
my
show you a gun?
No, don't show guns. Don't tempt fate. Yeah, one of my closest childhood friends never managed to keep a job. Always couldn't focus on anything, and then he figured out that he had ADHD while as an adult, and he got some pills for it, and yeah, now he's perfectly fine and a
That's-
regular human.
Yeah, that's why I get on caffeine. I was a Ritalin kid, so it really helps.
Yeah.
By the way, this is interesting, this what I'm doing here, because the extractor, we found that sometimes the extractor doesn't, this is for a BFG 50, it doesn't grab the round effectively enough, and it's like, okay, well, I want to move this edge here, I want to move it closer towards the center, so make this thing slightly longer. We're talking 20 thousandths of an inch, but even just a change like that, it changes so many things, because now when the cartridge comes in and cams it out of the way, now it moves back farther, and is far enough where it's going to run into the inside of the barrel extension. The answer is almost. So you got to really look at all this crap. And here's something I've never seen done before. See that little cutout? Because we're also going to make it so this spring ball here that is what centers the extractor, that spring ball is going to move up higher, and it's going to make it so that it can't even be pushed out of the way completely. So you can only install the extractor from this way when that little clearance notch goes over it. Anyway,
That's
I'm-
black magic for me.
yeah, Edwin too. He's falling asleep. I gotta stop doing it.
Oh, it looks interesting.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like it looks interesting. Really funny
Well-
thing. It just like fell over asleep right now. Anyway, what else?
Someone is asking if you ever consider doing dual ejectors.
Dual ejectors? You mean like that? No, I never thought of that. Who the fuck said that?
Someone who never saw your gun, obviously.
That's the Mark we know.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, is he drinking? I
He's
didn't hear
been very
drinking.
tame for this first.
I've
like,
been
hour and
drinking
15 minutes.
for Mark, so I'm psychically giving him alcohol right
I
now.
feel drunk all of a sudden. No, here's the funny thing. The very first BFG 50A that I ever made, it had a single ejector 180 degrees across from the extractor, just like you saw on the single shot. But one thing that I didn't realize is when you have just a single ejector that's really far away like that, it only kicks this thing out so far. Like it kicks it about this far. And on the semi-auto, this thing's hauling ass back, and now you got this thing that only pushed it this far. It didn't make it out of the gun. So the only reason for having two of these, and you notice they're closer. They're a lot closer to the extractor. So these kick it out a lot farther, but there's a lot more force there. Now Barrett does it. They put theirs not quite here. They put it up there somewhere, and it's a lot bigger and stronger ones. They got it done with one, and I could have done it, but I just said, I'm going to use two of the similar size of what I did before. But so that's a semi-interesting question, sort of. After I don't know, didn't I just show that? Couldn't you see the dual ejector? So it's like showing somebody a cow. And it's like, they go, hey, you guys ever see a cow before? You just showed me the fucking cow. What do you mean? Anyway, don't get me started.
Yeah.
Guys,
That's-
I'm halfway down my fourth beer now.
Fourth. Jesus.
Yeah, just
I said fourth with an F.
yeah.
Wait, anything else? How are you making the BCGs? I think that's bulk carrier group, right? How am I making them? Steel, CNC machine, dab of genius and amazingness. Yeah, pretty much standard stuff.
Sprinkle of magic powder.
A little bit of a giant penis extension powder. Oh, at that later.
Yeah, that's the magic ingredients.
Yeah, he had to edit out 6 minutes of my last week. We got to talking about Michael J.
I'm gonna have to check the timestamps for you, Mark.
You have a notebook and write down. All right, 1 hour and 17 minutes. He said something.
Stupid again. Yeah.
This would a scaled-up trapdoor action be able to take modern cartridges in 50 BG? Of course. Okay, next.
That would be super ridiculous, and you should do it.
No, it would definitely work. And what about, as long as we're talking about archaic action, what about a rolling block? Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about, force over area. Sure.
Hey, I think I'm gonna get going. I got some people calling me.
No, that's not.
No problem. We've been going for way over an hour.
Yeah, holy crap.
You guys are gonna still be here. I'll join back in, but gonna go. take care
We'll
of some-
see. I have half a beer. I usually finish the stream when I'm out of beer. So I'm
All right. Well, cool, everyone.
well,
Thank you.
nice talking to you.
for having me over.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you in a few
See ya.
weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You can talk, Richard. Now that overbearing guy, because he was just talking the whole time. Or wait, it was me.
No, it was you, Mark. Have to
So-
explain all the science stuff to the guy with the lab coat.
Yeah, it sucks because Richard's like a regular person now. His life's over. He's married, got a kid, has a job, and it's just like, and he was on the road to superstardom before YouTube fucked him. Screwed him over. But no, if you watch our Serbu Firearms TV show, we almost had a really cool show. That would have been awesome, and we would have been. Richard
Yeah.
probably would have been like a teen sensation. I think he'd probably be on like the cover of all these teen mags all the time. I'd be president of the United States. Beardo
What are you talking about, Mark?
own a company. Yeah, have you seen our video? The history. We can say history. History Channel commissioned a pilot for a TV show. They came out to our shop, and it's look on my channel. It's this Serbu Firearms TV show. It's a really cool.
I must have missed that one. I need to check that out after this.
Oh, it's awesome. It had just everything. It had we had my buddy Mike, who's African American, and so we had him. We had a kid, we had my daughter, we had me. We had just like a perfect group, and we had Beardo, this maniac who raped. Yeah, he raped Richard during the video. You'll check that out. That was the best part of the video.
Yeah, at the very end, it happened. Yeah.
Love at first, surprise sex.
No, it would have been great, but
And no, that's probably why we didn't get the shows, because I got raped.
yeah.
Well,
I think-
it's not rape if you enjoy it.
Well, that's why it was rape.
Yeah.
Well, you
It
learn
looks-
to enjoy it. Go to your happy
Oh.
place.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
still
so-
gonna have to censor all of this video.
Oh wait, they want something spicy up. He wants to tell a story to spice it up. I mean, I don't know. But that's the guy who asked about dual ejectors, so I'm not going to talk to him. No, I'm kidding. No, somebody says, "What's the most traumatic?" Oh, it's the same guy. Traumatic experience concerning guns. Or how about when the guy who's just voted the top gun YouTuber almost gets killed with your gun? That was pretty traumatic.
Yeah, I can imagine.
The worst part, is that we've had my company and me personally, we've had a great reputation for 20 something years. And all of a sudden this happens. And, most rational people realize, oh, shit happens with guns, but just a couple people out there with really loud voices are like, this thing's a piece of shit. And this, and it's really ragging on the gun. So we got all kinds of ugly phone calls and terrible comments out there. And it's just, the problem with nowadays, you don't know if those people are really meaning it or if they're just trolling too, like Richard always does.
Yeah, the
like-
internet has fucked up the conversation.
So they're like, if you talk to anybody one-on-one, nobody's going to run up to me and go, your gun's a piece of shit. It needs to be off the market. They'll be like, hey, so what really happened with that? And I'll be holding my gun the whole time in my pocket, ready to shoot him in the face. No, I'm kidding. It's engineering. Look at freaking NASA lost 2 space shuttles. Do you think there's a smart collection of people in a smaller area than NASA? No. Shit happens. You make stuff, especially when it involves explosives or gunpowder is close to an explosive. Shit's gonna happen. You can design for a certain amount of overpressure, but blowing the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And as you pointed out, probably pistol powder.
Yeah, it's the only logical answer. I was so you might not know that, but after Kentucky Ballistics made that video of him with the accident, I just made the calculations and concluded that that's obviously pistol powder. So either some baba asshole made a really stupid round, messing up the reloading, or someone actually tried to kill him.
That sounds like paranoia that somebody tried to kill him, but it could
You
be.
don't know.
Good.
So the United States seems a little bit messed up right now with that speech the other day from Biden and all that shit. So who knows what's going on there?
Richard, how are things in Missouri?
We just got a little bit of rain today. It's been so dry over here. It's been very dry.
Like your humor?
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Oh, it's hot here. It's funny. When I was in Denmark and Sweden, I was like sweating my ass off. Like, why is it so hot? But it wasn't hot. It was like in the 70s, but somehow it felt hotter. It's like almost here. You walk outside, it's like a sauna, but your body says, "Oh shit, it's like a sauna." So I'm going to act differently. But over there, it's like it fools you. Your body goes, "Oh, it's not really that hot," but then you're in the sun and you're sweating, and it's like I can't explain it because I'm not a scientist, but it is very weird. Like I'm out here in this muggy 90-degree heat, and it's like, yeah, this isn't so bad. Very odd.
If you're on Edwin's video, make sure to wear a lab coat.
All right, I think we'll all wear lab coats next time because I do better during the peer review process if you've seen it in a lab.
Yeah.
We're sure.
You should have worn lab coats on all your videos.
No, I just had the Hawaiian shirts,
But
Yeah,
those are racist nowadays, so you can't wear those anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, probably
I
because
started the Hawaiian shirts though. That was all me.
yeah.
Probably, yes.
Richard did a lot of first, and Richard, didn't you say Henrik, didn't you say you watched Dugan stuff?
Yeah, back in the day, yes.
Yeah, and
really miss him. Sad what happened to him with the disease and everything. Is he still alive?
yeah, as far as I know.
That's good.
Hawaii.
Yeah, he actually he grew up in the same town I live in now, and he lives probably like an hour away from where I live now.
Really? Because he used to be in Florida. Wasn't he in Florida?
For a little bit, not very long.
Huh. Yeah, I at a party at Knight's Armament, I don't know, almost 10 years ago. And yeah, fun guy. But he got, once you gave him your channel, didn't he do all kinds of paranoid stuff?
I mean, some, I don't know, like, I think there's a lot of truth to it, but you know, a lot of people, there was some of it was kind of off the deep end, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, the guy did so great when he was just doing his funny stuff, and that's what really made him. But watching him talk about paranoid stuff, it's like, it's just not the same, you know. I mean, it may be important, and it's what he wants to do, but what do I care? Do we have any spicy stories?
Yeah, I have.
Getting near the end anyway.
Do you remember me telling you that story about me shooting that Sturmgewehr 44? Borrowing it from this. I found a picture of it.
Oh, you have it?
I don't have it, but I have a picture of it.
That's what I'm saying. Do you have the picture you can put on the screen?
Yeah, sure. There you go. I had a full beard back then.
Oh, that's the German guy. I thought I was going to see the one-armed German guy, but no.
No, I don't have a picture of him. Sorry. That's in the bunker of my. So I know this guy in Switzerland who owns a bunch of property in Zurich, and he has basically all the guns ever, and that's a full-auto Sturmgewehr 44. He had basically everything you can imagine, and yeah, that is that rifle we borrowed after meeting him at a bar the day after. We met him at a parking lot, and he brought out a Sturmgewehr and a shopping cart bag full of 44 Kurz. So that's hilarious. But I think I have a funny picture of me with. Do you remember me telling you about you like Uzis, right, Mark?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't?
Yeah. So I have my Uzi cosplay picture here. Here.
Awesome.
I mentioned this picture for you.
What the hell? Pretty weird.
Yeah, this was back in 2015, actually. So that's a full auto Uzi with the period correct suppressor and laser on the suppressor.
Oh, right. I'm looking at Richard's stuff in the background and his airsofts. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is that a case trimmer table there, Richie?
A what?
Case trimmer?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to get started on some reloading stuff this winter.
Just don't put pistol powder in rifle cartridges.
Yeah, watch out for that. So haven't you reloaded before?
I haven't done a lot of reloading at all, no.
Weird.
Yeah. So get a reloading book, read it, learn it, love it, and yeah, don't start reloading before you read the entirety of that book.
Yeah,
there's many ways you can fuck yourself up if you fail at reloading.
Oh yeah, we used to reload a lot of 50 BMG just for the test fire stuff around here, but it got to be where it just wasn't worth it to buy it. But we've got literally, I don't know, thousands and thousands of cases, so we might think about it again. I don't know. Well, look at the time. It's an hour.
Yeah, is it that time? Time to do something else with our lives?
Richard, are you to work?
No, it's complicated, but I'm done working today.
Yeah, man, that must be nice. I'm going to be here till probably 8 p.m., but you know, I get to do cool stuff here, so I don't really want to leave.
I'm gonna go work on the 7-barrel 12 gauge, I think, after this.
Do some nice work on it, though, will you? Make sure everything's beautiful.
I mean, it only has to work for one video, so.
Beautiful.
Oh dear, that's gonna look hilarious. Yeah, I have next week off, so I'm going hunting in the north of Sweden, way above the Arctic Circle, living in a cottage in the forest. So I'm gonna have a live stream next Friday as well, but it's probably gonna be nowhere outside in a forest somewhere. And the funny thing, because it's Sweden, I have a perfect reception on my phone.
Yeah,
even when I'm on top of the mountain there and I look all over the horizon, there's like 0 artificial lights as far as I can see, and I still have perfect reception. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, their Wi-Fi and cellular and everything over there is really awesome. Ours is
I've had a gigabit internet connection since the 1990s, both up and downstream. Yeah, it's good. The internet is good here. The taxation is less good.
Yeah, you have badass internet, shitty confiscatory taxes, and really limited access to guns, or you can have shitty internet and
well, on paper we have good access to guns. I know people who has hundreds and hundreds of machine guns in their possession. But,
shoot one round. You can only shoot one round at a time out of them.
No, that's just the Swedish K. If I owned land close to Stockholm, we could have gone to that land and we could have shot full auto.
Buy that.
Sorry?
Buy the land before I come out next time.
Yeah, well, if you really want to, we could probably arrange a moose hunting trip for you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah. So nice talking to you. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah, Richard.
Good to meet you, dude.
Yeah.
I asked about you last time. Where's that Richard guy? I was like,
Yeah.
Really?
Well, last time you were in my living room next to me.
Yeah.
I'm very drunk and saying stupid shit.
That's me. All right, cool.
The only part that's changed is the drunk part.
Okay. See you guys.
All right.
Guys.
Bye. Okay, guys. So that was that stream, and kind of. Well, I'm a little bit drunk now, but some random YouTubers showing up. That's fun. And I guess I'm gonna quit the stream now. So you guys have a good weekend. So last week some people were complaining about me not having the news. So I'm gonna post a news video after this, and that'll show up in a couple of hours or something. See you guys, and have a nice weekend.